Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Today is the 12th talk of the month of Muharram 2024. In the last 11 days, what we have gathered, what we have gained, and I'm directly interactive with my youth audience, Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Hussain, and all of you, Hasan. What have we gained in these 11 days? Qibla Naki Askari Saab came all the way from India, like last year, and he shared with you his own pearls of wisdom, using Quran, Hadith, Nahj al-Balagha, Saif al-Sajadiya, and Framine Muhammad Ali Muhammad alayhi salam. Qibla Naki Askari Sahib, he shared with you extensive knowledge about Quran, Islam, Ahlul Bayt, Azadari Imam Mazloom, and our general conduct towards these things. So I shall be recapitulating whatever we have covered in these 11 days. And first of all, before I go there, I would like to pay my tributes to all these brothers and their families who have contributed substantially, considerably towards the happening of these 11 days or 12 days, like ever. It goes without mentioning Brother Hakan, who is not here, who is mostly here. When he's here, he's seen very conspicuously contributing in every aspect of the zikr Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And then Brother Raza, who has taken over so many responsibilities, so multitasking from his side. Brother Nayyar, Brother Ali Raza, mashallah, Brother Masood, Brother Imran, and their families. They have given the best of what they could in their human possibility, human capacity. And we all, let's say a salawat for their sehat, for longevity of their lives, their rizq, their sehat, and the happiness in their home, here and in Pakistan. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. May Allah give them more tawfiq and tawfiq to their children, the next generation, to keep contributing as it's being done now. After this, the things which we have concluded up until now is the zikr of Allah, is the connectivity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I just joined this congregation last year, so this is my second year. So obviously, every year, right from the 1st of Muharram, rather we don't confine to Muharram, we do it the whole year round. We are always in search of reconnectivity with our Creator, with our Ma'bud, who is everything for us. And along with that, what we have to do is, we have to renew a social contract with Him every year. That, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever you have bestowed upon us, the health, life, iman, azadari, wilayat Ali ibn Abi Talib, and these ulamas, may Allah give them long lives. So Allah has given us a lot. We can't even count the bounties. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. We always. No, this social contract we have to renew now. is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in Surah Anfal, verse number 45. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wazkurullaha kaseer Allah allakum tuflihun. And keep remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as much as you can, so that you become successful, you are rewarded. Similar message is bestowed upon us in Surah Ra'd, the verse number 28. Ala bi zikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Beautiful verses. They both are conveying almost the similar meanings. Is there any other thing that gives us the peace of mind, absolute peace of mind? Tatma'innul qulub, absolute peace of mind. None but zikrullah. Remembering Allah all the time. With every breath we take, there is a zikrullah. The more you do, the more you get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا خَلَقْنَا الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. So Allah is very kind. And during these majalis, Qibla Naqi Askari Sahab, he conveyed all that to you. And in my own limited and recondite capacity, I've been saying what I had, very little known to me. And in addition to that, every Shab Jummah on Thursday night, we recite Dua Kumal. And again, there's a beautiful verse in Dua Kumal also. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma inni atakarrabu ilayka bi zikrik. Oh Allah, I want to get closer to you by remembering you. By remembering you. Allah Ta'ala calls you. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala calls you towards Him. He has sent 124,000 messengers, 14 Masumeen alayhi salam, and innumerable members of the household of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And their single mission was to bring the creation closer to Allah. We go astray. The love of dunya, the love of life of this world, it takes us away from Allah at times. But again, if we keep our relationship with Him and with Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, we come back from the very next U-turn. So the whole objective of these majalis is to stay with Allah. The more we stay with Allah, we also understand Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The more we stay with Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, the more we know about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, ideal opportunity. So we should remain closer to Allah as much as we can. Allah is kind, Allah is Kareem, Allah is Rahim. And when He is at the height of happiness with you, if He's happy with you, He gives you the love of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So today, towards the last majlis of this Ashra, Muharram and this Soim, I would like to mention 6 women in the household of Ahl Bayt. They lost. They're all blood relations. Bibi Sayyidah Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha. She lost Abu Abdullah al-Hussain. And with that, the hope, the happiness was gone. The second woman is Bibi Farwa. Bibi Farwa lost Imam Hasan alayhi salam 10 years ago from Karbala, and now she lost Hazrat Qasim alayhi salam. Another woman, great woman, Bibi Zainab Salamullah alayha. She lost 2 sons and her entire world. Then Bibi Ummul Baneen, who lost 4 of her sons. I was telling the other day, all 4 sons of hers, they gave their life. They fought gallantly. Mawla Abbas alayhi salam, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Ali alayhi salam, Hazrat Jafar ibn Ali alayhi salam, and Hazrat Usman ibn Ali alayhi salam. The last 2 women are Bibi Layla. Bibi Layla, her son, Janab Ali Akbar alayhi salam. And her daughter, Bibi Fatma Sukra, who lived only to lament and mourn for remaining of her years. And the last but not the least, the 6th woman I would like to mention, Bibi Rubab. The moment we mention this name, the tears start gushing out of her eyes. The moment we say Rubab, there comes Sakina Salamullah alayha. There comes Shaddad Ali Asghar alayhi salam. So what we have learned, I'm interactive to the youngsters, Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Hussain, Hasan. What we have learned, that we need to get closer to Allah through salat, through recitation of Quran, through building our character, through following the path our parents they set for us. There's a lot of menace. There's a lot of threat. So many challenges from the society. Salawat. You go to school, I mean, you must have heard the story of Agog Magog. Okay? So they are shut behind a wall of Sikandar. So what they do is, they are everythingarians, they eat everything. So they keep licking that wall. This is Asatirul Awwaleen, this is mentioned in Quran. So Agog Magog, they keep licking that wall throughout the night. And when the dawn appears, they say, all right, we have got tired. Let's take a blow. Okay, let's take a drink and rest. And after that, that is rebuilt, regenerated wall. So there's a mention of them. So the protection against them, and when they come, as we have learned from Qasas al-Quran and from various traditions, from ulama, that the day they will penetrate, they will say, okay, enough is enough, we have to cross the Rubicon, we have to tear it out. And they will join the legion of Shaitan, Dajjal. Okay, you've heard those stories. But in order to prevent yourself and provide a protection for yourself, to get the insurance policy, you have to remain attached with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, with all your wajibat and whatever our parents are teaching us. And the second thing is, if you do 4 things in your week, you recite Dua Kumal regularly every week, Hadith Kisa every week, Dua Tawassul every week, and Manajat Ali ibn Abi Talib. You stay then within your bracket. And this is required. If you want salvation, if you want success in this life and the life hereafter, we need to keep that connectivity all the time. Just like your mobile phones, if the battery is switched off, if the battery is drained, or there is a glitch in the service from the service provider, your mobile, which is the entire world on your palm, it becomes a small, a worthless piece of combination of metal and plastic. So because there is no connectivity. Same is the case in our lives. If we are without connectivity, so you go to school on Monday, come back on Friday. You keep learning. You keep learning new things about L's and G's. I don't want to use those terms. And excessive moderation. And coercive moderation. Okay? It's very dangerous. Today, this term, this sickly term, atheism, is the most extremist form. They call Muslims fundamentalists. They call certain Muslims extremists. But real extremism is coming from atheism. Because it's not only something which people are practicing within themselves, a handful of people. But look at this, in the last 20 years, I mean, you are young ones, but all these people who are in their 30s and 40s, and like us, the old people, we have seen in the last 20, 25 years, atheism and L's and G's. So these two ideologies, they have been pushed so strongly. It was pushed by the media, okay? And later on, along with the media, then academia. It entered academia also. When we were doing our methodology and research and theory in our doctoral study years in late 1990s, this menace of L's and G's and atheism was not, the Dawkins was there already. Stephen Hawking was there as well. But we used to take them as scientists, as political scientists, as quantum mechanic, as physicists. But now we have innumerable people who are pushing this agenda. This is for the youngsters. Be very careful. If you have any ambiguity, if you are ensnared in a trap, then before you adopt that thing, if you ask question from the same person who is conveying it to you, he will support and promote his own idea. Why not? But I will definitely urge that if you find these things, and there is a cesspool of these arguments, then please rush back to Qibla Dr. Naqvi Sahib. He is, the embodiment of Islamic encyclopedia in front of us. If he doesn't know anything, he will say, okay, let me consult the more reliable, authentic resources, and he will come back to us. But whatever he conveys to us, along the line, our own parents, Qibla Naqvi Sahib is there, mashallah. So we have to, it's not that we have learned, Salat, we have learned Quran, and now it's time to relax. That's it. Your mom says, your father says, okay, recite a verse from Quran. Say, oh mom, I finished it last year. That's why we don't use this term, Khatm al-Quran. Khatm al-Quran is a term being used by our friends. Okay? Quran is continuity. There is no Khatam of Quran. It's in continuity. Okay? So that's why Surah An-Nas, as per the revelation of all these chapters of Quran, is not in chronology, in period. It's not the last verse of last surah of Quran. It is how it has been compiled. So, if you remain in contact with these, so Rasul Khuda Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is said in the year 632, a few months before disappearing from this world, that is the guidepost for us. That's the lighthouse for us, even today. That Kitabullah, what? Itrati Ahl Bayt. These two things. They're indispensable to our life. And whenever we have a confusion, please do not hesitate. Rush to the ulama. Rush to your parents. Before you get confused in the available. And the most dangerous thing, the last thing, most dangerous thing is, be very careful about the sources you explore from the internet. Should I tell you that last Muharram, until last Muharram, last year, end of Muharram last year, there were more than 300 fake Shia sources available on the internet. They were telling you different stories, funny stories, to confuse you. One of the acts of Shaitan is also confuse you. He has to confuse you. And when you are confused, you're always astray. Because the light comes late. You have to switch on the light. So don't confine yourself and don't be contented with, okay, Quran is done, Salat is done, that's it. Oh, Mom, I go to Jummah, Salat. Mom, I go to Muharram. Life doesn't end. This is just like when a pilot takes the plane, defies the gravity, goes airborne, okay, and at a time acquires an altitude of say about 35 to 40,000 feet. Okay. So his job doesn't end there. His job starts there. Autopilot and everything is there. The aeroplane is stable. But still, he has a co-pilot sitting. By the way, who is the main pilot in the cockpit? Is that the left person or the right person? The actual pilot is the left man. And the co-pilot is on the right. Always. This is the rule of thumb. So when the real pilot comes, after acquiring the apogee of 40,000 feet, he comes to the passengers, hi, I'm the pilot. Okay. The other person is controlling the plane. Okay? Although it's an autopilot. But the job is not finished. Salat and Quran, done. Job is not finished. The turbulence comes after every half an hour. Okay? And that turbulence requires the autopilot to work along with the co-pilot. So life is full of dangers, okay? Full of challenges. And then he has to land the plane as well. And land safely to the destination. This is all about our life is. This is all about our Islam is. We don't have to content, okay, now we have acquired, that's it. The real job starts from there, okay? So promise with me that you will keep learning the things from ulama and connectivity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Muhammad ali Muhammad. Okay? وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ.